Good morning, my dear students. This is Razib welcoming you to my today's lecture on English second paper. It has been a long time since I conducted my last class with you. Actually, we were enjoying our offline classes, but owing to some adverse effect of COVID-19, we have been given opportunity to stay at home for another 2 weeks more. But we want to continue our study level. That's why we are with online classes. Today, I am here to give you some conception regarding right forms of verb, some rules and regulations that will help you not only in intermediate level but also for your university admission test. So my dear students, we are going to focus on right forms of verb. I will talk about 1 or 2 rules, but these rules are quite interesting and I'd like to have a participatory class today. I'm going to deliver my lecture. I'd like to have a lot of questions to you and you have to give me the answer, and for this you can take the help of our comment box. You are requested to write the answer in the comment box. I am going to verify your answer. So my dear students, let us start with right forms of verb. I'm going to start with rule number 1, but don't forget that I have a different strategy. At first, I'd like to give you the problem and you have to give me the solution. So dear students, let me give you some problems related to a specific rule of right forms of verb. I'm going to give you a question and you have to give me the solution. After your effort, I will try to make you understand what the answer is. So I'm going to start with rule number 1 of right forms of verb. Today's topic is right forms of verb. Clear? My first question for you. I, who, make of earth will be, reduce to dust. This is my first question. My second question is, the textbooks which design for class 11 and 12. For class 11 and 12. For class 11 and 12. Have to, in the bracket, modified. So the students, I have given you 2 questions. I who make of earth will be reduced to dust. The textbooks which design for class 11 and 12 have to modify. What should be the answer? Write in the comment box, my dear students. I'm waiting. We have already got 172 viewers with me, and I would like to have comment from everybody. Dear students, I would like to have the comment box, please. Okay. Abdullah Nadim Sami, what is the answer? Excellent, excellent. Thank you. Mahi, thank you. Yes. Sorry. Abdullah Noman, you are not correct. Azharul, you are not correct. Akash, not correct. Nafis and Islam. For heart and soul. Hurry up, hurry up. Jihad, these boys are talented. Sharia Labib. Okay, give me the answer. There are 161 viewers. I'd like to have a lot of viewers today. Okay, Shravan Chakraborty, you are absolutely correct. I'd like to have some more answer from you. Okay, my dear student, look at this rule number 1 of right from a verb This rule number 1 of right form of verb is related to a relative pronoun. Is related to relative pronoun. This truth. I have another question. Do you find any relative pronoun in these two sentences? If you get, tell me the name, tell me the words that are working as relative pronoun. Can you identify any relative pronouns used in these two sentences? What are they? Just give me the answer. Do you find any relative pronoun in these two sentences? If you get, write the names or write down the words in the comment box. Sinanuddin, who and which? Sinan is absolutely correct, and so is Taslima. Fuad, you are correct. Nafiz Islam, you are correct. Here we have got two relative pronouns. One is who, another is textbooks. Now listen to what I say, my dear students. Relative pronoun works as conjunctions in a sentence. Relative pronouns work as conjunctions in a sentence. Relative pronoun usually take their position. Relative pronoun usually take their position after a noun or pronoun. My dear students, listen to what I say. Relative pronoun usually take their position after a noun and pronoun. Okay, and this noun or pronoun is actually called antecedent. Antecedent. Relative pronoun takes its position after a noun or pronoun, and this noun or pronoun is I, or here the textbooks. Okay, the textbooks. Here the relative pronoun is which, here who. Relative pronoun must take its position before after a noun or pronoun. This noun or pronoun is actually called, this pronoun or noun is actually called antecedent. So antecedent must be either noun or pronoun. Is it clear to you? So my dear students, I have given you some clues about relative pronoun. Relative pronoun works as conjunction. Relative pronoun takes their position after a noun and pronoun. And the third information is that this noun and pronoun is actually known as antecedent. Clear to you? This is I have given you three clues. Number 1, relative pronoun works as conjunction. Number 2, before relative pronoun you will get a noun or pronoun, and this noun or pronoun is usually known as antecedent. Clear to you? But the right forms of verb that we need to know here is that if you get, the students, if you get a relative pronoun, and after relative pronoun if you get a direct verb, if you get a direct verb after relative pronoun, this verb must agree according to the antecedent. Is it clear to you? According to the antecedent. Here the verb make will determine according to I. Here the verb design will be determined according to the textbooks. Is it clear to you, my dear students? So I have clarified that. Listen to what I say. I have clarified that if you get a verb just after relative pronoun, the verb must agree according to the antecedent. Okay, so here make will be, here make, the form of make will be taken according to I. Here the verb design will be in correct shape according to the textbooks. But another question arises, whether this make will be turned into active or passive. The another question is whether the verb design will be turned into active or passive. Here we have to turn it into passive. The answer should be I who am made. I who am made of earth will be. And you know that after will be, if you want to create passive voice, you have to create past participle form. I who am made of earth will be reduced to dust. Clear to you? And the second one is the textbooks which are designed for class 11 and 12 have to. The textbooks will not modify themselves. It will be passive again. The textbooks which are designed for class 11 and 12 have to be modified. Here the answer should be modified. Clear to you, my dear students? Is it clear to you? So I'm going to repeat what I have already said. Relative pronouns, that's the relative pronouns is used after a certain antecedent. These antecedents must be either a noun or a pronoun. If you get a direct verb after relative pronoun, usually this verb is determined according to the antecedent. Is it clear to you? If it is clear to you, I'd like to give you some more questions. Okay. Get ready with your answer, my dear students. Sorry, I'm taking more time. I'd like to give you some more questions related to relative pronoun and give me the answer as soon as possible. Look at please, my dear students. The doctors who work for humanity now be immortal. My first question number 1. Question number A, next question number B. It is I who be your friend. Okay, give me the answer. I have given you 2 questions, my dear students. The doctors who work for humanity are is or am. The doctors who work for humanity now dash immortal. It is I who be your friend. Give me the answer. Hurry up, my dear students. Give me the answer. Hurry up. We have 160 viewers right now, and you have to give me the answer. Hurry up, my dear students. Okay. Thank you, Jihad. Thank you, Raihan. We have Sumaya Hassan Imu. We have Fuad Hassan Bhuya. We have Kaushik Pal with me. Shamim Rani, Azhar Islam. Give me the answer. Hurry up, my dear student. Give me the answer. Okay. Let us calculate the form of verbs. Here, the relative pronoun is who. The relative pronoun is you. And what is the antecedent, my dear students? What is now give me the antecedent of these 2 sentences. I would like to know the antecedents of the first and second sentences. Who can give me the answer? What are the antecedents used in these 2 sentences? Shorna, correct. Give me the answer. Do you find any antecedent in these 2 sentences? If you get, just write down. Yes? Tinku, you are correct. I want to know the antecedents used in the 2 sentences. The first one and the second one. Tasnima, thank you. Shorna, thank you. A special thanks goes to Sabir. Azharul, thank you. Okay, now let me calculate. Here, who is the relative pronoun and the doctors is the antecedent. Here, who is the relative pronoun? I is the antecedent. You have to categorize the verb work according to the doctor. According to the doctor. Here, this B will be changed according to I. But look at, I have used a word that is now. Now is such an adverb, my dear students. Now is such an adverb which usually takes present continuous tense, or you can say present progressive tense. The other name of present continuous tense is present progressive tense. Because of the use of adverb now, we have to turn it into present continuous or present progressive tense. The answer should be the doctors who are working. The doctors who are working for humanity now, here this one will be are immortal, because here are two sentences here. The doctors are working for humanity now. The doctors are immortal. Okay. And the second one is, it is I who dash your friend. It should be I am your friend. Is it clear, my dear students? Okay. So from this rule number one, my dear students, from this rule number one, we have learned that relative pronouns work as conjunctions, and before this relative pronouns you will get antecedents. Antecedents will remain either noun or pronoun, and if you to know the exact form of verb, this rule must be remembered. And what is the rule? After relative pronoun, if you get a verb, after relative pronoun, if you get a direct verb, the verb will be taken according to the antecedent. This is rule number one. Now I'd like to talk about rule number two, my dear students. Now rule number two. Rule number two of right forms of verb. Rule number two of a right form of verb. Like other rules, I'd like to start with a question. That is, I'd like to start with a problem and you have to give me the solution, my dear students. Look at please. Raihan, English is not difficult at all. You have to give effort. There is juice in English, and you will feel it when you at least try. Look at the board. I am going to give you examples of rule number two, and after your effort, like other rules, I'd like to give you the solution. I will try my level best to make you understand. Okay, look at please. Question number A of rule number two of right forms of verb. A sense of brotherhood, a sense of brotherhood and a sense of brotherhood and fraternity in the bracket create because of cricket. Now question number B. Cricket call a gentleman's game. Okay. Number C. The man select of late by the authority. Okay, I have given you three questions. Now you have to give me the answer. A sense of brotherhood and fraternity create because of cricket. Cricket call a gentleman's game. The man select of late by the authority. I have given you three questions. Okay, give me the answer, my dear students. Give me the answer. Give me the answer, my dear students. Okay, I have given you 3 questions. I have given you 3 questions. I'd like to have more answers from you, dear students. I would like to have more answers from you. Okay, look at please. The first question is, a sense of brotherhood and a fraternity create because of cricket. Cricket called a gentleman's game. The man select off led by the authority. I have given you 3 questions. I'd like to clarify, or I'd like to give you explanation. Look at my dear students. If the subject of a sentence, dear students, if the subject of the sentence remains passive in terms of doing the verb or in terms of performing the function of verb, this sentence must be turned into passive voice. These three sentences A, B and C require passive structure. This is related to passive voice. That is rule number 2 of right forms of verb that we are learning today is related to passive voice. The first answer would be, a sense of brotherhood and fraternity is created because of cricket. Number B, cricket call a gentleman's game. It will be, cricket is called. Number C, the man select off late. Here you have faced problems. Why? Do you know the off late? Do you know the word recently? In Bengali, recently is called Samproti. In Bengali, recently has a synonym and it is called lately. Lately and recently are synonymous with one another, and the meaning of recently and lately is also carried by the phrase of late. Of late means in Bengali Samproti. If you get this adverb or this adverb of this adverbial phrase, of late is an adverbial phrase which maintains the same meaning of recently or lately. If you get the use of recently or lately or of late, you must have to create present perfect tense. Here in this third sentence, you have to create present perfect tense, and this present perfect tense must be in passive voice. So the answer should be, what should be the answer, my dear students? What should be the answer? The answer should be, has been selected. Is it clear to you? Has been selected. So my dear students, this is rule number 2. This rule number, according to rule number 2, we have learned that, we have clarified that if the subject of a subject remains passive in terms of the function of the verb, you have to create passive voice. And in order to create passive voice, you have to take the correct form of auxiliary verbs, and after auxiliary verbs, you have to take the past participle form of the main verb. This is rule number 2. I'd like to talk about another rule, and this is rule number 3. Dear students, are you finding me difficult to understand? What do you think? It has been a long time since I conducted my last class on online. Do you find it difficult to understand me? What do you think? Thank you, Imu, thank you. Nafis and Islam, the boy, I knew you before. Okay, my dear student, this is rule number 3. And with rule number 3, I will come to an end regarding today's class. This is rule number 3 of right forms of verb. Okay? You ever be to Dhaka? You ever be to Dhaka? What should be the answer, my dear student? What should be the answer? Give me the answer, please. You ever be to Dhaka? What should be the answer, my dear students? What should be the answer? Very good. Very, very good, my dear students. Very, very good. Sorry. Minhas Sheikh, you are not correct. Hafizur Rahman, you are not correct. Nafis Atia, you are not correct. You are not correct. Shagor, give me the full sentence, my dear students. Have you seen a question mark, my dear students, in this sentence? At the end of the sentence, have you seen a question mark? Okay, Jaim, Tawsiyah Zaman, thank you. What about others? We have 132 viewers with me right now. Hafiz Rahman, Salman, Shikdar, Nafis, thank you. Lucky, thank you. Special thank goes to yes, Shorab. Shorab, you have tried, but you are not correct. Okay, look at please, my dear students. There are some adverbs or adverbial phrase like just now, already, recently, lately, yet, ever, of late. Just now, already, recently, lately, yet, ever. And of late is an adverbial phrase. I have already told you that. Usually when these adverbs or adverbial phrase or words are used in a sentence, this sentence needs to be turned into present perfect tense. Okay, you have to create present perfect tense in the sentence. You have to create the structure of present perfect tense in the sentence. And what should be the answer? The answer should be, have you ever been to Dhaka? Is it clear, my dear students? I think it's clear to you. So from rule number 3, we have learned that if you get just now, already, recently, lately, yet, ever, of late, you have to create present perfect tense. So my dear students, we have learned 3 rules of right forms of verb today. The first one was related to use of relative pronoun, and the second one is related to use of passive voice, and the third one is related to use of present perfect tense. So my dear students, today I'm really overjoyed with the performance ensured by you. I don't want to talk anymore. Thank you for being with me. I'd like to conduct my next online class in the coming week, and hopefully I will be able to give you some more information related to as a very important grammatical item. And like today, I'd like to have your active participation in my upcoming classes. So thank you for being with me. Thank you. Very good. Goodbye.